Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
In the course of a game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
Rodgers going to come out throwing. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He'll dump this off to Cook. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Xavier Gibson now from his end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Allen now on 1st down. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And again it's Allen. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Where's it go? 319. To the mic. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Reggie Gilliam, a 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
50X,
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it. Because
and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 31 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. To throw is Rodgers. Just keeping the play alive. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. Now the ball comes loose, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 6.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Right here. At 58 to Mike. Go 58 to Mike. Watch the run. Inside. Yeah, switch gears.
Now it's Rodgers.
Coming to you.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game?
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
43 to Mike, boy, 43. Check, 43. Hey, 26. 26.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by... And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And the Bills are going to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Flush to his right. Finding Knox there, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Bills will move the chains.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Reggie Gilliam with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y.
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.